We have a caller who I believe is calling in from the Carnival Cruise Line. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to give your name or no?
I can give my first name. My name is Chris.
Now, do you work for Carnival, or are you one of the...
I'm one of the passengers.
All right, Chris, tell us what's going on.
Well, right now we're just on a slow boat to Mobile. Supposed to arrive about 10 o'clock. But
10 o'clock tonight?
10 o'clock tonight.
Okay. And what are y'all doing? Like, are you? Where are you on the boat?
Right now I'm on the fourth floor, just kind of waiting around until they let us disembark.
All right, and the fourth floor is what? Describe what's going on there.
Okay, well, the fourth floor is the muster station. Basically, people are just walking around, milling around, just getting ready to disembark. Some of them are on the third floor, which is like the restaurant level, the lobby level, and others are up higher in their rooms just waiting to disembark.
And what is Carnival Cruise Line? What are they saying to you? Well,
basically what they said was that they had a fire down in the where the engine room is, and so they shut the doors and encased it. And I was on the first floor, on the very back of the boat, and they had us move up to 3, and pretty much we were, without power and stuff. They didn't actually have the backup power going until, a few hours later.
Now, when did all this happen?
5:30 in the morning on Sunday.
Okay. Did they rouse y'all from sleep, or what? How did that happen?
Well, it started up at about 5 when the captain started telling people going to the marshal stations, all the crew to start going to their marshaling station. And then about 5:30, that's when security was banging on the doors on the first floors, telling everybody to get up to the third floor.
And they didn't tell you why?
Not at the time, but you could smell the smoke. And I woke up because I noticed we were moving at half speed, so I knew something was up.
Did you think this is the end? This boat's on fire, we're going to die?
No, I did not.
Why?
I don't know. I guess I just don't get that excited. But I'm an electrician, and I can usually tell, get an idea of what kind of fire is going on by the smell.
Okay.
And I didn't think it was that bad. Now, we got up to 3, and I don't really think they fully explained everything to us at all. But, I'm sure it was a lot worse than what they're telling us. But
and so what, are people wailing or teeth gnashing? What's going on at that point?
No, everybody was just concerned. They all just got up to the third floor and were just waiting around.
Okay.
But basically, what I think originally they were just saying they were having a problem with the motor. And then, like maybe an hour or two later, they kept getting on, giving us updates, saying, well, we actually had a fire. We can't open the door until the heat goes down. That announcement kept coming on for about 6 hours. And then when they finally said, well, we got in there to check it out, and no, we don't have power to propel us to where we need to go. We're just sitting here.
How are you able to talk to us right now?
I'm on my cell phone,
and
you very low battery.
You still have, okay. Well, let me make this fast. So, is it true what they're saying about the human waste everywhere?
Well, they told us what the thing is their restroom system is vacuum. So they were trying to hook things up and get it going, and they did on some of them. They were getting them going, but then they'd conk out. No, they were telling people to please, for right now, if you have to pee, you can use the toilet, but preferably, even though it's not right, go ahead and just pee in the shower. But if you got to poop, then we give you red bags, poop in a can. And some people did. Other people just decided on their own, go ahead and crap in the toilet and fill it up.
And there's still crap in those toilets?
Not now, because the Coast Guard got on, and I guess the NTSB got on, so they were doing their very best to clean it up today. But while I ended up having to camp out on the fourth floor by the elevators for the last 3 days, and there were cleaning people that were showing up, every 30 minutes, going in there, spraying, cleaning, wiping, and they were telling, the bathrooms aren't working, but people would still go in there and use them anyway. You have to go, you got to go. Now, I couldn't be in my room because it was flooded, and it stunk in mildew, and just the carpet was soaked, and we couldn't stay in there. So I had to sleep up on the fourth floor.
How hot would you estimate it is in your room right now?
My room now because the cold front came through, it's probably about 70, but earlier it was probably about 85.
What are they doing? What are they doing for you for food?
Well, they did some airdrops yesterday and today, and so we did have steak and chicken and lobster. They did do that, but before they were just using what they had that was cold, and that would be sandwiches and fruit and different kind of vegetable concoctions they make up with corn and asparagus and olives and salads and stuff. But nothing they couldn't cook, because they had no power, and they couldn't cook anything like with meat or chicken at the time because they had no way to cook it.
Are you aware how much media coverage this thing has received?
Well, when I got phone service earlier this morning, I started catching it. I started hearing what CNN was saying, and my mother-in-law was saying it was just scaring people that all we were eating were onion sandwiches, and we had to go up to the top because it's too dang hot and stinky. And I mean, yeah, it stinks. It smells like a porta can.
Are there medical issues on board? Are people having problems?
There was a few, but they had some people that were already, that were assisted living. They were already on board. So it hurt them the most, but yeah, like today, they did have an individual that had to airlift out that had a stroke. I did hear that, and somebody else had confirmed it. That stayed a couple of doors down from her.
Have they done anything to entertain you?
Oh yeah, they've had bands that come out and played. They've played games. They've played movies. They did trivia questions. They just try to keep our mind off of it. They try to keep us going.
Do you expect to be compensated?
They're going to.
Well, they're saying a free flight. I mean, another free cruise. This one will be free that you've just gone through. They'll refund the money. You'll get another free cruise and $500. Is that fair?
That's correct. That is correct.
Is that fair?
I think it's fair because that'll cover my time off. I mean, I'm spending a week off, and for me to have $500 and my wife to have $500, that covers my whole week.
Is this the worst vacation you've ever had?
Nah, it's not for me. I mean, I made a good thing happen out of something bad. The way I handled it, I knew not to get upset, not to get all just go berserk like I have seen a few people do.
Are you mad at Carnival?
No. I'm disappointed if what I'm hearing is correct, if there was problems with this boat to begin with and they sent us out anyway.
How do you know that? How do you know that?
I mean, it's stuff that I have heard that I don't know for sure, but that's what I've been hearing, that there's been other things that have happened before, and if that's true, then yeah, I'm going to be upset.
What's the scuttlebutt on the boat? What are people talking about? Are they talking about how much money they're going to get when they get off? Are they demanding food, or what's going on there?
Well, some people, they're happy with what they're going to get. Other people are upset, and they sound like conspiracy theorists. Like they're doing this because of this, they're doing this because of that, and so I just don't really pay attention to it because I don't listen to rumors.
What's the craziest thing you've seen someone do?
To tell you the truth, actually nothing.
Are people pretty much just carrying on like there's nothing wrong?
Yeah, I mean they're coping, and everybody's getting along. I mean you're in a bad situation, everybody's in it, and so you're doing the best you can. Yeah, you had to stand in line for 3 hours to get a hamburger and a hot dog. By the time you did that, I mean, before you were getting these cold sandwiches, and oh boy, now they've got it rigged up where they can cook, and so everybody wants a hamburger and a hot dog. When you got 3,000 people trying to line up for lunch, well, that's going to take 3 hours.
Has anyone lost their temper?
Several people have.
Any fights break out?
Not that I'm aware of.
Is there plentiful alcohol?
There was, but they cut it off as soon as this issue happened.
What do you mean as soon as this issue happened?
Well, as soon as the boat had the problem on Sunday morning, they didn't serve it anymore.
You haven't had a drink since Sunday?
I didn't drink at all.
They've got a boat full of sober people?
Yeah. Right now they do.
Holy smokes. Have they explained to you why they can't get you off the boat?
Not really. I mean, basically they're saying that originally they said we couldn't get into the channel at night, so we're going to have to wait till the daytime, and then they told us yesterday that there were issues with the tugboat, so we moved a little slower than what they expected. So we actually didn't get into the channel till around, I might guess it's about 2 o'clock, maybe a little earlier. Maybe it was 12. But we're just moving really, really slow.
It's supposed to be moving at about a mile an hour. That's what I heard.
Yeah. Yes. And we knew that was going to happen.
Did you know the cable broke?
Yes. Actually, I heard it today. They said that one of the tugs, there was a cable or chain that broke. And I heard it said it took 2 hours. I didn't think it took that long. But there was someone that did happen, and then they rehooked another tug up. But I'm trying to think. I think it was Tuesday. You had one tug pulling, and then you had a tug from Mexico that was being the anchor and actually steering. I stood up there for 30 minutes and watched his rope break twice. And then he'd have to rehook up again.
Is there anything Carnival hasn't done in response to this that you feel like they should have?
Tell you the truth, I'm almost say all I know of is the crew and the captain. I think they've gone above and beyond. Myself, they've done the best they can. Our steward, our cabin steward, was always there. They were down there in what I call the stink, because our area was, like I said, was flooded, so it was mildewy and it was hot. But they were down there, they were working, and from what I understand, they were working, pulling about 14, 16-hour shifts and only sleeping 4 hours and then getting right back up again and just waiting on people and being as pleasant as possible.
Wow. So no showers, none of that?
You could if you wanted a cold shower. Now, we were listing on our side of the ship in the beginning, so wife and I couldn't take a shower. But when they started pulling us, then we listed to the other side so that we could take a shower, and the people on the other side couldn't take a shower.
But you have had a shower since Sunday?
Oh, yeah, I've had about 2. And they were cold, but, hey, a shower's a shower.
Wow. Wow. Will you ever go on a Carnival cruise again?
Yeah, I would. And what I would do, though, is I would upgrade up to the balcony level. That way, if this would happen again, I'd at least have a door to open up so I could have wind.
Now, and I'm told that that's much better sleeping conditions up there.
Yes, it is. They cost you more, but yeah, I think it's a lot better sleeping conditions up there.
Now, let me understand something. So your room is uninhabitable.
Right.
So where are you sleeping? Are you sleeping in a bed or on the deck?
Actually, I pulled my mattress off and then the mattress cover off on the couch, and we pulled it up we were on one, so we pulled it up to the 4th floor by the elevators, because the elevators weren't running. And at the muster station, which is on 4, they had the doors open because people were out here sleeping on their mattresses and stuff, and so wind was blowing through, and so that was what we were using for the breeze.
Wow. Well, you don't seem as bothered as I would have expected you to. Is that pretty much your attitude toward life?
Yeah, I tend to make things, I try to work it out myself. I mean, I tell you what, now, if it was just my wife and I this whole trip and didn't talk to anybody else, then I think we probably would have gone crazy. But we met 2 other couples, and that's what made it a lot better, and we just cut up and laugh, and we also did a Bible study last night, and I think that helped us out. Now, not everybody did it. I think it was about 100 people that did it.
Anything else people should know? Is there any media report that you've heard out there that is not true?
Well, just the part about it being really, really hot. I mean, yeah, it was hot, but it wasn't that awful. And, yeah, I mean, it was miserable. Don't get me wrong. It was miserable, and it was rough, and some people don't like it. But, again, I just work through it and just get, positive attitude.
And your name again is?
Is what?
Your name again?
My name is Chris.
You want to give us your last name?
Well, I can. I hope I don't get in trouble. It was McCord.
Why would you get in trouble, Chris McCord?
I have no idea.
I believe that you are the first interview of a Carnival cruise passenger. Is that
okay? Well, cool.
Where are you from, Chris McCord?
I'm from Pasadena, Texas.
Okay. First cruise you've ever been on?
First cruise I've ever been on.
All right. Fair enough. Chris McCord, thank you for being our guest, and good luck getting home.